face, you never make a single scene. You just calculate the figures, keeping all your armor clean. You think that silence pays the rent and buys the easy sleep. But baby, every little truth you swallow, you gotta keep. You chose to bear the burden, but you didn't check the fee. That silent strength you carry, it's a tax you gotta pay. I'm collecting all the pieces that you throw away. The quiet man has cost him everything he tried to say. And the only one who knows is the promise that he gave. You measure every word before it leaves your iron jaw. Living strictly by the letter of a cold, unforgiving law. You push down the emotion, call it strength, call it control. But it leaves a heavy vacancy inside your honest soul. You traded honest fury for a quiet, long defeat. That silent strength you carry, it's a tax you gotta pay. I'm collecting all the pieces that you throw away. The quiet man has cost him everything he tried to say. And the only one who knows is the promise that he gave. The bill arrives in silence with a price you can't deny. It asks for every feeling that you chose to let pass by. You finally look at the ledger and you read the devastating sum, realizing the true cost of where you finally have come. Yeah, you paid for the peace, darling, but the dead is still alive. Whistle blows out low now across a lonely, distant track. You bought a one-way ticket, knowing you can't turn back. You're leaving all the wreckage that the morning can repair, and praying that the darkness can lift the heavy air. You watch the station platforms disappear behind the smoke. It's the last train to nowhere, darling, moving slow and deep, carrying the lonely secrets that you swore you had to keep. The engines burn hasn't even hit you yet. You sit there by the window, watching the landscapes blur to gray, trying to calculate the life you chose to throw away. You pull the hat down lower, hoping no one sees your face, knowing every mile traveled takes you to a colder place. The rhythm of the steel is the only voice you hear. It's the last train to nowhere, darling, moving slow and deep, carrying the lonely secrets that you swore you had to keep. The engine's burning futures, the carriage smells of old regret, and the bill for your escape hasn't even hit you yet. You know the final stop isn't a place upon a chart. It's just a cold, dark station deep inside your empty heart. You stand up in the carriage, ready to step into the night, accepting that your final fate is living without the light. You threw your final money, you pushed the chips across the felt, but the cold hand of the house is the only thing you felt. You smiled when you were winning, you smiled when you were high, but the face that you pull now is the kind that wants to cry. You mistook the lucky streak for the talent in your hand. The gambler's deep cut, it's the kind of wound that bleeds slow. You lose the thing you needed for the thing you didn't know. You chase the blinding profit, you chase the easy life. Now all you own is darkness in the middle of the night. The cards are on the table and the score is set in stone. You're sitting in the wreckage, suddenly quite alone. You search for a reason, you search for someone else to blame, but the mirror only shows you the man who lost the game. That rush of the addiction always asked for more than cash. The gambler's deep cut is the kind of wound that bleeds slow. You lose the thing you needed for the thing you didn't know. You chase the blinding profit, you chase the easy life. Now all you own is darkness in the middle of the night. Out to the morning with nothing left to claim, just the cold, sharp realization of the final cruel shame. You trade the high-stakes passion for the quiet life you seek, knowing that the biggest losses are the ones you cannot speak. Pick up the pieces, honey, the debt is called in now. Think the ground is final, you think the ledger's clean down there. You seal the painful memory with a final quiet prayer, but the secrets that you bury, they grow up tall and strong, and every little sin committed is the rhythm of your song. You can wipe the spade clean, but you can't wipe your mind. 6 feet of silence, that's where the real trouble begins. When you run out of excuses for all your selfish sins, you try to hide the past deep beneath the cold, wet soil. But darling, silence only compounds the toll of your toil. You walk back to the city, feeling lighter than before, thinking that the final darkness won't knock upon your door. You buy a new ambition, you buy a new clean slate, but the truth you tried to bury will never truly wait. It watches every move you make, it hears every little lie. 6 feet of silence, that's where the real trouble begins. When you run out of excuses for all your selfish sins, you try to hide the past deep beneath the cold, wet soil. But darling, silence only compounds the toll of your toil. quiet that you brought home now, it sits inside your spirit, beneath your solemn vow. You know the earth won't hold it, you know the past won't sleep. The silence you invested is the price you gotta keep. You draw your straight line forward, believe you own the final map. But every single victory is nothing but a trap. You think you're clever planning, can outrun the cosmic speed, but the seeds that you are planting answer to a crooked creed. You fight the natural current, darling, with a stubborn, silent pride. It's the crooked line of fate, baby. Watch how the path begins to bend. You can't control the ending, no matter how hard you pretend. You played the game perfectly, but you chose the wrong damn side. And the journey you are taking is the one you can't abide. Push the deals through, trying to force the cards to play away. But the universe has other scores it needs to settle today. You swore that pure ambition would save you from the cost, but the moment you look back, you see the honesty you lost. The map you drew is useless when the road begins to shake. Crooked line of fate, baby. Watch how the path begins to bend. You can't control the ending, no matter how hard you pretend. You played the game perfectly, but you chose the wrong damn side. And the journey you are taking is a except the drawing's never straight. You lean back in the velvet and surrender to the wave. There's a certain kind of freedom when you know you've lost control, knowing that the struggle was the thing that fed your soul. You bought the easy silence. You paid the price to walk away. Thought the ledger was clean when you woke up on the new day. But the bills you signed in shadow, they all come due in the light. And the collector keeps the hours deep inside the endless night. Every compromise you made is written on the wall. Is the unpaid reckoning, and the due date just expired. You pay the cost of comfort with everything you desire. There's no running from the figure when the final count is made. The soul you try to save is the one that just betrayed. You check your watch repeatedly, waiting for the final time. But the currency demanded isn't measured in simple time. You offer up the money, you offer up the gold, but the debt requires stories that can never be told. The price of the exemption has risen far too high. It's the unpaid reckoning, and the due date just expired. You pay the cost of comfort with everything you desire. There's no running from the figure when the final count is made. The soul you tried to save is the one that just betrayed. You sit there in the velvet, accepting the cold decree, knowing that the final cost was always meant for you, not me. The time for arguing is over. The clock is striking low. You simply stand and nod your head, ready for where you must go. Waters pull back slow, leaving shells and sand and gray, revealing all the damage you thought would drift away. You sit down by the ocean, where the air is cold and raw, waiting for the ocean to fix the moral law. The tide gives up its secrets when it finally starts to turn. Low tide confession, where the secrets start to bleed. The silent final answer to the question you don't need. The water brings the wreckage right back up to the dry land, and you finally see thought the high water mark would cover up your shame, that the relentless flow would wash away the costly name. But the ocean serves no master, it obeys no human plea. It simply shows the evidence of what you used to be. The wet sand holds the imprint of every broken vow. Low tide confession, where the secrets start to bleed. The silent final answer to the question you don't need. The water brings the wreckage right back up to the dry land, and you finally see the damage that you built with your own hand. You stand up slowly now, the chill seeping into the bone, ready to face the city with the things you finally know. The ocean doesn't forgive, it simply clarifies the stake, and you accept the cruel raw promise that the morning's gonna make. You bought the velvet sheet, you wear the diamond ring, but honey, every shiny thing has got a dark attached string. You filed the blood and debt down on a ledger made of ice, but you forgot who sets the terms and who dictates the price. I watch you smooth your tie, standing tall inside the fight, but I can hear the clock ticking louder in the dead of night. The devil's tax is always due. Honey, check the clock. You paid in sweat, you pay in silence. There's no way to block, no fine suit, no defense lawyer can settle this cruel score. It's a toll for the empire you built right outside my door. You thought your steel composure was enough to hold me back, but every victory you claim just pushes you further down my track. You look for honest comfort in the whiskey and the smoke, but that heavy burden you carry is the promise that you broke. I don't chase the paper money, I chase the empty stare. Collect the simple sanity that you struggle not to share. The devil's tax is always due. Honey, check the clock. You paid in sweat, you pay in silence. There's no way to block, no fine suit, no defense lawyer can't settle this cruel score. It's a toll for the empire you built right outside my door. You learn that true forgiveness is something you can't buy. It only comes in whispers when your well of tears runs dry. So listen to the silence, let the truth begin to sting. The greatest price for power is losing everything. I'll take the quiet dignity that money couldn't mend, and the haunting realization that the payment doesn't end. You turn the key so soft, break the house. But honey, I've been watching you, quiet as a gray mouse. The phone is off the hook, but your secrets make a sound, and they circle round the table when there's nobody else around. That 2 o'clock whisper is the truth you cannot run. The debt that you've collected since the day the job was done. You can fool the bank, darling. You can fool the city street, but the darkest kind of darkness is the one you gotta meet. You walk the floor in leather, the only witness to the night. You trace the bitter failures in the low, cold window light. You hold a dozen heavy names locked behind your teeth, praying that the answers are buried underneath. You stand there in your fine suit, thinking that it hides the need. That 2 o'clock whisper is the truth you cannot run. The debt that you've collected since the day the job was done. You can fool the bank, darling. You can fool the city street, but the darkest kind of darkness is the one you gotta meet. The quiet you rely on is the weapon you have built, but every single silence is a measure of the guilt. You pour the final whiskey, you set the glass upon the shelf, knowing that the only score is the one you pay yourself. Yeah, the darkness has a voice, baby, and it knows your name, whispering every secret into the midnight rain. I see the water running, washing all the dirt away, but the grime that's in your spirit won't be gone by the new day. You stand there in the trench coat with the collar pulled up high, trying to hide the weakness from the judgment in the sky. You're built like granite, darling, but the water finds a seam It's rain on the concrete, so cold and heavy in the night. Trying to fix the fractures with the final fading light. You can pray to your ambition, or you can pray to the glass. But the man inside the mirror is the one that won't let you pass. You carry every weight that the city throws your way. You walk through the confusion just to fight another day. You think if you just stand tall, you won't rust or ever bend. But even the hardest metal needs a place where it can mend. The rain collects the sorrow that the pavement can't absorb. It's rain on the concrete, so cold and heavy in the night. Trying to fix the fractures with the final fading light. You can pray to your ambition, or you can pray to the glass. But the man inside that mirror is the one that won't let you pass. You can try to shake the water off and step back in the light, but the chill of the despair will travel with you through the night. You accept the cold immersion, you accept the bitter taste, knowing every drop of struggle is a moment you can't waste. The concrete always wins, honey, but you still keep fighting. You just keep fighting. Your shoes are polished bright, the crease is sharp inside the tweed, but the look inside your eyes shows the devastating need. You walk that fancy sidewalk past the windows made of gold, but the story in your spirit is the one that can't be sold. The city glitters cheap, but your fortune's running dry. Boulevard of empty pockets leading to the final shade. Another broken promise whispered in a stolen name. You walk like you own the block, darling, you talk like you're the king, but the only thing you carry is the bitter truth you bring. You remember all the hands you shook, the names you swore you knew, but they vanished like the smoke when the heavy reckoning grew. The loyalty you invested, the faith you thought was true, became the empty space that is following you. Now you walk that pavement silent, with no one left to call. Boulevard of empty pockets leading to the final shape. Another broken promise whispered in a stolen name. You walk like you own the block, darling, you talk like you're the king, but the only thing you carry is the bitter truth you bring. Watch the water splash against the stone. The final realization that you're truly, truly alone. The only thing that's honest is the worn out soul beneath your feet. The quiet resolution that accepts a cold defeat. The pavement's cold tonight, honey, but at least the walking's free. Oh. You told the boys you were fine, you told the boss you'd be okay. But every step you take is pushing the coming light away. That briefcase weighs a ton, filled with burdens you must keep. You're just a weary sailor sailing on the midnight deep. The tie is choked up tight with every loss you couldn't tell. It's the longest my home paid for in grit and aching bone. Every step a consequence taken strictly all alone. You can fake the power suit, but you can't fake the fatigue when you're fighting all the devils in the heart of this dark league. You look at the dark houses where the easy sleepers lie. They don't know the constant effort it takes just to get by. Your shoulders hold the pressure of the empire you protect, and every muscle screaming is a payment you expect. You just need the key in the lock to let the armor fall. It's the longest mile home paid for in grit and aching bone. Every step a consequence taken strictly all alone. You can fake the power suit, but you can't fake the fatigue when you're fighting all the devils in the heart of this dark league. Oh. for your shadow long against the wall. Ready for the silence that makes the tension finally fall. You drop the heavy baggage that you carried all the way, and swear that you'll have strength to meet the challenge of the new day. Go on and take a breath, honey. The journey starts again soon. Go on and take a breath, honey. The journey starts again too soon. 3-piece tailored armor, it's a dangerous disguise, hiding all the violence that you carry in your eyes. You shake the hand of power, you bow with practiced grace, but I know the hidden weapon that holds you in this place. You polish the facade to distract from the hard fact. It's a suit that hides the gun, darling, the final deception. A polished lethal shell built solely for my own reception. You bought the look of comfort, you bought the soft facade, but the fear that you're suppressing is the only thing that God saw. You adjust the silk collar, make sure the knot is tight and true, praying that the perfect look can carry you right through. You move with quiet precision, every motion learned and slow, but the tension in your shoulder is the one thing that I know. The wool is thick and heavy, trying hard to contain the rage. It's the suit that hides the gun, darling, the final deception. A polished lethal shell built solely for my own reception. You bought the look of comfort, you bought the soft facade, but the fear that you're suppressing is the only thing that God saw. You finally shed the jacket, throw the heavy wool aside, and stand there in the silence with nothing left to hide. The gentleman facade has broken down and disappeared, leaving just the vulnerable core you've always feared. Embers in the glass, the fire's burned down low now. Just a lonely pulsating red, and the secrets in your memory are running through your head. You sip the final drop, watching the smoke begin to curl. You're trying to find a reason like ashes when you look at it this way. Embers in the glass, that's all that's left tonight. Just a flicker in the darkness, demanding you see the light. That red glow is the warning that the final heat is gone. And the silence you've been chasing will stay with you till dawn. You push the heavy curtain back to watch the city sleep. Every promise you made is a secret you must keep. The heat that drove the chase is finally starting to give way, leaving just the cold reality of the price you have to pay. You stare into the residue, looking for the last clean thread. Embers in the glass, that's all that's left tonight. Just a flicker in the darkness, demanding you see the light. That red glow is the warning that the final heat is gone. And the silence you've been chasing will stay with you till dawn. The drink is done, the cigarette has breathed its final smoke. The stillness holds the weight of every final word you spoke. You rise up from the velvet, knowing morning brings the rush. But this moment of clear vision is the most valuable hush. Put the glass down slow, darling. The embers know your deepest truth. You try to shave away the guilt, you try to scrub the shadow out. But every piece of glass you break leaves you swimming in the doubt. You see the strong illusion, the one you built to save your face. But the man staring back at me belongs to this dark place. You try to hide the fear in the collar of your coat. It's the broken mirror blue shattered right before your eyes, reflecting every one of your strategic clever lies. You can sweep the pieces up, you can try to glue the frame, but darling, every single shard knows your real forgotten name. You put on the perfect image, the one they all admire and needed. But the truth behind the fabric answers to a different creed. You look at the destruction, the wreckage left behind, and the perfect man you try to be is the one you cannot find. You're haunted by the fragments parts of the man you used to be. Is the broken mirror blue shattered right before your eyes, reflecting every one of your strategic clever lies? You can sweep the pieces up, you can try to glue the frame, but darling, every single shard knows your real forgotten name. There ain't no simple remedy for the damage you have done. You gotta face the man you are beneath the morning sun. You finally quit the cleaning, you finally drop the brush and sit there in the silence, in the final quiet hush. Just let the pieces lie, darling. They tell a truer story now. The ledger is closed tight, the final figure's been tallied. I watch the streetlight smear across the cold, wet alley. I pull the dark silk tight against the metal of the frame. Another promise whispered to play the dangerous game, and the only fire burning is the little paper whip, giving me a moment to decide which poison I should pick. Is the shadow of the last cigarette fade into the dust, the final lie you trusted before the moment breaks the crust? The city's holding its breath, waiting on the fall of the die. I decide the price of sin, I calculate the vice. The sound of my own footsteps slow upon the marble floor. The silence holds more secrets than the lies I heard before. I see the cold ambition mirrored in the window's glass. A woman knows the pressure when the heavy moments pass. I don't need a loud decree, I don't need a single word. My decisions are the quietest, but they're always clearly heard. It's a shadow of the last cigarette fade into the dust, the final lie you trusted before the moment breaks the crust. The city's holding its breath, waiting on the fall of the dice. I decide the price of sin, I calculate the vice. I crush the filter slowly, grinding out the final spark, letting the decision settle in the deep and welcome dark. set for morning, the chess pieces are placed. I leave no easy answers, I leave nothing to waste. The time for thinking is over, the time for moving has begun. I choose the heavy ending beneath the cold morning sun.